Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where last episode we finished up the war in Europe. Look at that! That's nutty. We're pulling some troops back to South America here to clean up some of this. Ooh, this is non-great. This is certainly non-great. I definitely did not see this coming. They have this encirclement going on. Can we punch out in any meaningful way here? We could punch to the sea, but that's not useful. These guys might be gone. They're just garrison units. It's not the end of the world, if so. We're deploying additional troops down over this way, so that's completely fine. We do see an artillery unit that I'd like to pop down over here. And look at all these troops that we're flowing back over this way. So we should be able to get all this under control soon enough. That's wonderful. We are working on bringing up compliance in various areas over here. We're also thinking about removing things like this air wing. It's not necessary, so we'll bring that on back. It's not a huge deal, but we are working on that. So we're also moving over here to get involved on this front. We're preparing for this attack order, but we're not quite there yet. And yeah, we expected to lose some territory over this way. That was always going to be the case. And that is completely and totally fine. We're not concerned about that. We're slightly concerned about what's going on here, but honestly, I think it's okay. If this guy actually comes out over this way, then we can punch out here. Looks like our general has decided to send us, or our lack of general, as the case may be, has decided to send us down over here, and that's fine. So for now, we are landing our troops over here. We've not lost any troops yet, which is kind of huge. And we're also preparing some naval invasions over here. We'll launch those simultaneously and see how they go. As far as this fight over here goes, this front is okay. What are we at in terms of our attacking? Let's move that back to a balanced manner. I don't want to attack too hard here. If we can take attacks, do it, but overall, this seems fine. Just want to garrison this line for the time being. We did take a few losses over here. That was completely and totally expected. Now, we should be wary about our European Coast Guard being quite weak. They are. There's no doubt about that. They are absolutely quite weak. So what's going on over here? These guys are probably going to stack wipe. Ah, full-on infantry divisions. Come on over. Wonderful. We should be getting some full-on tank divisions too, soon too, right? Soon-ish. I'd really like it if you guys would move back here. I doubt they get there in time. Actually, it's better that they move up here. These guys are moving this way, and we can come up this direction and link back up. So that's huge. We'll do exactly that. The Americans are going to continue pushing out over this way. However, they have left their naval base unguarded. The AI has already noticed that and is moving in. These guys will have no supply flow. That's bold. I'll give them that. It's bold. It's not smart, but it is bold. Okay. So a lot of this over here is going to be repurposed once our full-on armies arrive, and it looks like many of them have. They're not fully in position yet, but they're getting there. And many of these will return to the Coast Guard. Because clearly that is something that is necessary. Surprisingly, we're winning this, but yeah, they're going to get stack wiped. I'm not surprised. Hello, pause menu. I'm not surprised by that. This should absolutely go into the European Coast Guard. 1 unit in the Cuban Coast Guard? What? There's 1 unit in the Cuban Coast Guard. Okay. But this unit needs to go into the European Coast Guard. And where is that? Well, after this autosave, it's this one. Fantastic. We do have free military factories. We're a little short on aluminum right now, and that's fine. So we're making some progress over here. I want to check in on all 3 of these. Okay. Basically in position, a little ways away from position. We'll wait until these guys are in position. Okay, so Lima has fallen at this point. I'm going to take these 21 divisions and tell them, attack. Get in there. They have no supplies, so as long as we just continually pressure them, it should be fine. Now, they can take this victory point here, and that'll give them a little bit of supply flow, but it shouldn't be enough. Excellent. And now we have much stronger units over here. Or we're getting much stronger units over here, I should say. So then, this is Army 4 here. Where's our South American Coast Guard? That's these guys. How many are they supposed to have? 146. So yeah, we definitely need to clear some of these up. These guys, we can go ahead and move into the South American Coast Guard, which is in here somewhere. That's the Arabian, South African, North. Here's the South American. Okay, so we'll just do that. And these guys, they are going to receive the offensive line of pushing into there. There we go. And they can engage that at their want, but I want them to be in a balanced manner. Okay. Next up, these guys up here. So these should really be moved into the South American Coast Guard as well. There we go. And these guys, their mission is going to be to offensive line out to Willemstad. That doesn't seem to work, but we'll just go here for now. Okay. They should also be on a balanced manner. Now then, this is only 7 divisions here, but I'm noticing that they do not have any supply flow, so we should go in and stack wipe them. And so we shall. And that should free that up. As soon as that's done, they can get assigned into the Coast Guard as well. It'll finish up eventually. Excellent. Now we're still going to have some difficulties over here. There's no doubt about that. Oh, we're actually running out of organization here. Surprising. Okay, well, we have this unit, and this unit should be assigned over here. I want to continue pushing in over here. Once again, they have no supplies. And this guy can't resupply either, but we absolutely can. So we're going to do something like this at this point. He is dug in and entrenched. But we're just going to keep the pressure on. Artillery units, get them. Keep that pressure on. Get in there. There we go. That should stack wipe this guy. Perfect. And these guys can then be moved into the South American Coast Guard. They already were. Okay, sounds good. This down here is slightly problematic looking, but let's take a look at how Army 6 is deploying. They're still working on getting into position, so this isn't awful. There are mutinies in the army because of our low war exhaustion, and we're going to hold a patriotic speech before the mutineers. That will be expensive in terms of our political power, but that is what we've got to deal with for right now. Okay, as far as this over here goes, are we in position yet? It looks like we are largely in position. We've got a few units that are way out there, but overall we're largely in position. We'll just let them dig in for now. I'm not too focused on this front at the moment. I want to have these battles go off over here. So we've got another 20 days for this preparation. Sounds good. They did take this VP over here, but we can just walk in like so. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We do have... wow, more from these guys. I mean, they did have a ton of manpower available, so I guess I'm not surprised by that. We should start utilizing this. That's for sure. We should definitely start utilizing that. And yeah, I just want to dig in on this front for right now. We're not too concerned about it. I just don't want to lose additional territory while we work on consolidating this over here. Okay, these guys are set to a balanced manner. That's fine. So they do have some small amount of supply flow here, but not very much, in all honesty. And as far as this goes, these guys are actually still getting into position over here, so we're still waiting on this. That's fine, I guess. Now over here, things are going interestingly, for sure. And you can see here, America just keeps throwing more planes at this. This is fine, I guess. I mean, we're taking big hits, actually. The tooltip is, okay, our average air defense is lower than their air attack. Our average agility is higher than theirs, but our average speed is lower than theirs. So if we actually look, our Fighter 3s are our primary dominant force here, but it's probably not Fighter 3 Mark 2s because of the speed issue. Our speed will be maxed out here, and I mean, we don't necessarily want the range because of the reliability. The range isn't important to us. But our Fighter 3 Mark IIs are rolling out at a rate of 42.4 per day. So we should, in theory, be getting better and better over here. Now, as far as our... I did not intend to do that. That was a big mistake, actually. That lost the production efficiency. They actually should remember the production efficiency if you accidentally switch it like that. That's a problem. Oh well. I guess we'll just have to let our production efficiency go back up. Oof. That's a big oof. I intended to come down here and look at the Jet Fighter Mark II and say, we need additional upgrades to this. This is what I intended to do, not this nonsense. But my mistake. I'll own that. We're definitely not outproducing them now. That's for sure. Okay, this unit here should probably just get assigned to the South American Coast Guard right now. There we go. And let's see how these guys are doing. I actually want to adjust this offensive line, I think. That said, ooh, that was a nice overrun there. I liked that a lot. Oh, this is fine. Hey, look. More of these. Wonderful. They go in here, of course, for now. And we'll see about removing those and doing something more with them later. I would be more into giving out the military factories, but we're negative in steel and we're also negative in aluminum right now, so there isn't really a lot that we can do there. Those military factories aren't going to be tremendously useful for us. I feel like we're getting pushed back along this line. Yeah, I think we are. A little bit, anyway. We could probably use an additional army up here. We want to shorten this line, though. So I think I'm going to go ahead and tell this guy to execute his attack, which is this one here. And we'll see if we can push them back over this way and shorten this a bit. I would love to see these guys actually work on their attack over here. Maybe if I tell them to aggressively attack, they'll actually do it. Yeah, there they go. Excellent. So we'll take over some of that territory. And look at this. 6 more divisions from here. Except, where are you from? Spain. Okay, you're going to go into the European Coast Guard for right now, which is this one. The rest of these will go into here. Okay. So that'll do for now. And we're just going to see if we can grab some of this undefended territory over here. Wonderful. And this guy is set to not aggressively attack, but we're just seeing if we can get some pushback over this way. We're losing ground over here, which is maybe to be expected, but hopefully that will get a little firmed up later on down the road. So this should be dealt with, I think. Now let's have you come on in and attack. And you as well. Get in here. I'd love to see these guys get stack wiped. That would be absolutely wonderful. And then these guys will go back into the Coast Guard once they're done here, I think. We may have to prune some units out of the Coast Guard later up here, but I do want to check how close are we on attacking these. Actually, we can do this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and launch these invasions. We'll see how they go. This will be interesting. Interesting indeed. Republic of Tanzania has capitulated. Is that everything down over here done? Not quite. There's a few units over here still. Let's go ahead and select these guys. This is a lot of units that are assigned to this order. Okay, they're going to kind of become a, like, Mid-East Coast Guard probably at the end here. That said, these guys are assigned to what exactly? Not a whole lot. Specifically, nothing. These are the Arabian Coast Guard here, and they should be area defending this as well. And honestly, I'm going to expand their definition to include all of this. And Turkey as well, perhaps. So it'll be kind of like, well, this would be more of an... Maybe this should be considered part of the European Coast Guard. I know it's not Europe. It's definitely not Europe. But maybe expand that just a little bit and expand this out over... Yeah, this is what we want to prevent. This is definitely what we want to prevent. So these guys would then come down something like this, in theory. This requires a lot of divisions. I'm aware of that, but... Something along the lines of that, and then we should also get this over here while we're thinking about it. And then this would become like the purview of the South African Coast Guard. Okay, so these guys would get assigned to this order. So they would become part of this, the Arabian Coast Guard. Okay, like that. Are you assigned to anything? You're assigned to... this order of all things. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and be assigned to the Arabian Coast Guard as well? This is definitely a problem. The U.S. is doing all of this nonsense. I really wish they weren't. That's interesting, right? They're launching naval invasions with 100% naval supremacy on our side. Feels weird. But okay. Feels kind of cheaty, actually. But okay. So this will need to be dealt with. There's no doubt about that. And our troops are quite far away. That's for sure. That is for sure. So how do we want to deal with this U.S. incursion? Well, it's not a very big incursion. And I do want to come down to the African area over here. And I want to have these guys be responsible for garrisoning everything up over here. Like that. So that's going to be a thing. This is defended. This is in theory defended. Although maybe not this up here. This should maybe become the purview of the European Coast Guard as well. I realize... No, I don't want to draw that. I realize that they have a huge amount of responsibility as is. But I'm going to expand them a bit. To be like that. Okay. 817 divisions. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Okay. So this down here is going to get finished up, and this army will get moved into the Arabian Coast Guard. I will send some of it up to Turkey to deal with that. So let's get these guys stack wiped down here. The war in Africa is basically over at this time. We just need to get these guys unentrenched. This division absolutely goes into the European Coast Guard. Okay. This should be sorted. These guys will both be stack wiped. It's just a matter of time. Now this over here, they do have some supply flow. So, I mean, it will take time. We're just going to order them an offensive line over here. I'm definitely concerned about this Turkey situation. Ah, we have landed over here. These guys are not assigned to an order. They are returning home. I want all of these guys. These guys are walking away. Hello. Why don't you guys help out here? I would love to get control of a naval base over here. This is now working. There we go. Okay. These guys are heading south. So I'm letting them. And these guys are going to walk in over here. Yeah, actually, we're going to tie them up like this. They're very low organization, see? So we're going to do that. And this tank unit may or may not die. We'll see. But we need to get control of this naval base. That's a very, very high priority for us right now. This situation is one that is not great, be sure. And we do have... some modern tank brigades. Very nice. We're going to assign those where exactly? Honestly, I think they get assigned to our Asian front. That'll fill these units out. And they should, in theory, be able to get over there. I hope. Okay, so these units here, they get reassigned back into the South American Coast Guard. Like that. These guys, they are going to get an offensive line of just past the Panama Canal. Actually, I think it would be a better position to take to go to here. They can go ahead and execute that if they're feeling good about it. I'm going to move him down to a balanced manner because he's not feeling good about that. So that's fine for now. These situations over here are, I feel, contained mostly. And then there's this down here. This will still require some work. They will fall eventually. I'm definitely concerned about what's going on over here. Okay, we have taken this. These guys will get assigned over here now. And this army, its goal is now going to be to front line to, rather offensive line to here. Wonderful. And it can go ahead and execute that. Now these guys are attempting to take over this port. But failing that, we will just link up over here. The Corsican Republic has capitulated. This is not surprising. And they're bringing reinforcements into this port. But by doing so, they're opening up this push. That seems fine. Wait, are they... No, they are bringing tank reinforcements in. However, we took the port. It was too late. Wonderful. All of these guys, they're going to attack right now, right up here. These guys have no supply flow. They're in the opposite situation they were in a moment ago. They have no supplies, and they're outnumbered. Perfect. So this is Sardinia and Corsica under our control. And, of course... there is this situation over here. Now, the American Union is not going to have much for bases over here without Sardinia and Corsica. So I would imagine that they're going to start looking at attacking the northern coast of Europe. Is going to be my guess. We'll see how accurate that is. And these troops over here should just get assigned into the South American Coast Guard. There we go. Perfect. So their mission, of course, is to garrison our coasts. We have large ships on low strength. That's fine-ish. I'm not going to call it great, but it's okay, I guess. Yeah, these guys are not assigned to anything. That's to be expected at this time. Okay, let's clean this up. And that should be that complete. Then I think I'm going to send these two armies down to deal with this situation, and then maybe launch an invasion of England with them. See if we can get Europe completely squared away. Okay, everybody over here, come on in. Let's get this wiped out of here. No problem. Each of these are going to get stack wiped very, very quickly, in theory. Okay. So these two armies, that is, these two. Want to select all of them? Their current goal is, well, I can only send one of them down here, I guess. its current goal is to come down to here, and we'll offensive line it over to, say, Rhodes. There we go. It can execute that once it arrives. It'll take it some time to get there. This army is going to start thinking about maybe invading England. Maybe through the naval base in Sussex. If we fail to take that naval base, I'd actually like to retreat, I think. Okay. So they're going to make their way up there. These guys are, of course, going to eventually make their way over. And in theory, we'll be able to contain this. That's the idea. How's Africa going? We're still struggling down here. We did, however, get these guys pushed back. And that's the Republic of Kenya capitulating. And that's also these guys with no supplies, because that was the naval base in Mombasa. So that means that these guys are going to get stack wiped very, very quickly indeed. We do have a modern tank brigade here. And that can go into this force and just bulk that up a little bit. Wonderful. So we will stack wipe this American unit. And as soon as that is done, these guys can move into the Coast Guard over here. Autosave. Okay. There we go. So we're going to move these guys into the Arabian Coast Guard, which is one of these. This one. Yes. Go ahead and do that, and I'm going to make sure that these guys are still moving up into this territory. There we go. Wonderful. So there's that done, and we have units on their way over here. They'll be arriving shortly. Wonderful. So we're definitely taking some losses over on this side, right? That's kind of to be expected, and we'll probably need to reinforce this. We're mostly just trying to slow them down, though, and they're not moving tremendously quickly. These guys should absolutely go into the South American Coast Guard. Wonderful. So this army over here is on low organization. And for now, we're not too concerned about this. However, America has far fewer in terms of its active enemy fighters at this time. I'm a little surprised they haven't taken Cuba, if I'm honest, but that seems fine. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to get rid of this incursion and see about launching an invasion of England. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell rings, and I will see you all next time. I should send these guys over here. Come on up. There we go. Wonderful.